If you're an avid ATV rider or snowmobile rider, one of your biggest concerns over the winter or even summer months is being a far distance away from home and your battery goes dead. Nothing worse than being caught out when it's 30 below and you have a dead battery, particularly on a big four-stroke snowmobile. So one of my first interests to cure that problem was to buy one of these new remote starters, portable starters. There's a significant amount of these on the market, and one of the things I did discover doing the research on them was that they fall into two categories, basically about a 400 ampere unit and an 800 or 850 ampere unit. So for a few bucks extra, I chose to go with the 800 ampere unit to give you that extra capacity for starting. I wanted to make sure there was some reserve. I think that's the best bet rather than get a 400 ampere. The 800 ampere will allow you to not only start smaller engines but also big V8 engines like my Hemi Dodge truck. So what I did end up acquiring was an Archer remote starter, portable starter. It's 800 amps of cranking power, which is pretty significant. These have a lithium battery, and amazingly, if I turn it on a side button, you'll see the blue light comes on with the number of bars showing. That indicates the power storage. I had this charger charged up in December of this year, and it's now the first week of April. So it has gone all those months being stored in my truck in conditions up 30 below and better. And I pull it out today, and it's still showing full capacity charge without any draining, which is quite amazing. This charger has a whole bunch of accessories for you included in it. And just to go over the thing, it has, first of all, your battery jumper cables, which resemble a pair of traditional jumper cables, but just a little bit smaller, positive and negative. It also has a special pack in here, which is a safety device to ensure that there's no mischarge or putting the products in backwards. It also has different devices that are attached plugins. One is a USB cable and a micro USB end, which will allow you to put into a typical iPhone or any Android device. Also has a cigarette lighter charger that goes into the device. On the back of the device, you'll see there are a number of ports. You have two ports over here that will accept accessories for output. Various different items are available. You can, for instance, put in a cigarette lighter adapter, and you have things that could plug into there that traditionally use a cigarette lighter adapter. Other ones that are included are the USB connectors, which plug into the two USB ports that are offered on here, and that'll plug into your traditional cell phones and other devices that use a mini USB connector. In addition to that, it comes with a battery charger that plugs into typical AC voltage, house current. This will charge your device by simply plugging into a port on the front. And this will charge in a matter of hours. The first time you use it, you leave it in overnight and it'll put it to full capacity. It's a very interesting model, and what I am impressed about with it is, first of all, the hard case that it comes in with it. It's solid, heavy duty, it's padded. It allows you to keep that in your console or the glove kit of your car, back seat of your truck or what have you. It's very durable, wonderful zipper on it. The unit itself, when you hold it, you can tell it's a very high capacity unit. It weighs a significant amount more than your typical 400 milliamp units. That's because of the larger batteries in here. So again, I would highly recommend this size of a unit. What we have also in here are the side ports. This is where you plug in your booster cables, the positive and negative cables, into the side of the unit. What this also has, which is a really nice feature that I like, is it also has the built-in flashlight of various types. Very strong LED flashlight. I won't shine it directly at the camera because it's very blinding, but you'll see it on here. Has three settings: high intensity constant bulb. It also, you press it again, it goes to an intermittent flashing light if you want to get somebody's attention. And this one, I'm told, is excellent if you want to ward off burglars. It's a strobe light which could be seen for miles, but if you were to look at this face on, it's extremely hard on the eyes. It's almost impossible to stare into that. So you just press it again and you hold it and it goes off. You press the thing long enough, after 2 seconds, the unit shuts off itself. extremely easy to use. I highly recommend a unit of this size. I've done a lot of research, and the Archer brand I know is an extremely well-built product. They have a big series of items out there. There are many different models of this. I'm sure many of them will do the same, but I particularly like this one because of its durability and high capacity. And you saw on here when I powered it on how long the charge is held. They say they're rated for 3 months. Well, from my experience, it was even more than that to hold the charge. So imagine having this in your car and you're stranded somewhere, or your truck or your snowmobile, and nobody is around with booster cables. I know it sounds amazing to take out a unit of this size compared to a big automotive battery, but this will start your car or your big truck. So we're going to go outside now, and I'll demonstrate this on my snowmobile, for instance, just to show you how easy it is to hook up. Okay, here we are outside on my Ski-Doo 600cc snowmobile with electric start. Coincidentally, the motor is not starting because the battery is actually dead. I had this stored all winter and I really didn't use it much, so the battery is not holding capacity. So I'll put it on, and it's very simple to use. You put the positive on over there on the positive outlet, and the negative over here onto the ground, and you go to the unit and you turn it on. Okay, the unit is on now. You'll see the light blinking onto the safety feature built in, which indicates that the unit does have the proper polarity settings. Whoop, just slipped off there. Okay, so we're ready to start. So just to demonstrate, right now I'm going to put it to the on position. And you'll see just how easy that the machine started. On a smaller battery like this, the unit will start it quite readily, of course, because it's such a small capacity battery. So there are no real problems with starting a machine of this size. But when you move up into, let's say, a larger device, how about a big Hemi truck engine? I'm not going to bother using it on that one because it already has a good fully charged battery, but it will start a big V8 Hemi motor as well. And if you have other things in your stable, I happen to have quite a few machines that have batteries, and it's hard to keep them all totally charged at all times. I have a large Polaris ATV quad. I also have a big 4-stroke snowmobile, and these are the ones that you really want to be careful with because you have a large capacity motor, and if you get stranded 30-40 miles in the middle of nowhere without battery backup or nobody with cables, this device is so simple to just have in a case, for example. Open your case, put it in there, you're saved from having to try and figure out what you're going to do when you're stranded in the middle of nowhere. It'll also work on side-by-sides. For instance, I have a big Razor, Polaris Razor side-by-side. Has a large battery in there, almost the size of an automotive battery. It'll work well in there as well. It's a terrific device. Use it for charging your computers, your tablets, laptops, cell phones. Have it in the car. It's a multi-purpose device. It's not only made just for starting engines or snowmobiles, etc. Multi-purpose. This one is again an Archer, 800 milliamp Archer, the 800 amps. I highly suggest this particular model. Is fantastic and well made. Bye-bye.